How did we go from this to this?
Today, we're going to be talking about how Britney Spears is being held captive.
They're keeping her hostage, and it is no good for anybody.
We have got to find a way to save Britney.
Why does this multimillionaire pop singer need saving? And from who?
She was a small town girl from Kentwood, Louisiana.
If you've already seen this short documentary, then you know most of the story. If you haven't, well, long story short, Spears has been in a conservatorship for over a decade. A conservatorship, otherwise known as a guardianship in other states, is a legal process that is used to protect individuals who are unable to take care of themselves. Think elderly folks or people with disabilities.
And this was after a series of pretty well publicized incidents. She shaved her head, she hit a paparazzi's car with an umbrella, she went to rehab, she was in the hospital 2 separate times under 2 psychiatric holds. So it was pretty clear that she needed help.
The court appoints a guardian. In this case, it's her pops, Jamie Spears, who will then have control over her personal and financial decisions. It kind of sounds like her rights have been taken away. And in a way they have, which is why many Free Britney fans are convinced that she's being held captive.
In one of Britney's TikToks, somebody commented, "Wear a yellow shirt in your next video if you need help." She did exactly that in her next one.
Her family doesn't really talk publicly about it very much. Jamie has pushed back at the idea that the conservatorship is a bad thing, and really her whole team has. They say that they appreciate that this is all out of Britney's fans' love for her, but the conservatorship is something that she needs to stay healthy.
No matter how hard we try to read into things, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But guardian abuse is not unheard of.
The one that we hear about, it's when some guardian takes advantage of a person.
All my assets, everything I've worked for my entire life, gone.
When people have money, it's get them away from their family and friends. It's keep them quiet or keep them medicated and then loot their money.
Those are very real, but also very rare cases. More often than not, the problem lies in the system. Some people need guardians, and keeping them in is keeping them safe. However, it becomes a problem when a system that is supposed to enhance a person's life actually confines it.
The one thing I want is for my parents to be safe and happy, and right now that's not happening.
Theoretically, it isn't difficult to exit a conservatorship. All you have to do is fill out a petition and tell the judge you're good now. Sounds easy, right? And sometimes it is, but most of the time, it isn't.
The word that's usually used for getting out of guardianship or conservatorship is restoration. Restoration of rights, restoration of capacity. It sounds like you're cured. People with disabilities don't get cured. They gain skills, they gain opportunities. But then you have a system that says, no, you're still a risk. Just to be on the safe side, we should keep you in.
For a long time, society has assumed that when disabled people ask for help with one thing, it's evidence they can't do anything else. But if you think about it, we all need help, disabled or not. We ask for advice, we get second opinions.
We look at guardianship as a final destination. You go in and you really don't come out. Maybe we should look at it as a way station. Maybe an 18-year-old with disabilities really does need some more help. Maybe needs 1 more year or 2 more years instead of the rest of his or her life. So I can't tell you how many people in who shouldn't, but I can tell you there's people in who can come out and there's people going in who shouldn't have to go in. And that's a change we can make.